Today. Now, going over to the culture part of the podcast, you have Bud Light Super Bowl Get Ready tweet is mostly ratioed and mocked. Now, granted, this big sports balls event of the year was over the weekend earlier this week, but Bud Light, like their marketing department, they're a little bit slow. And most of their tweets are getting ratioed. Now, this is from a couple days ago, so it's had time to brew for the statistics, pun moderately intended. Now, the text before this, and I'm trying to look at the actual... No, it actually is a video. Some of them are actually having errors where they would upload a video that's on a loop with no sound, which I suppose gets your attention because you think the product is broken. Well, you could debate in and of itself if the Bud Light product in and of itself is broken, but I thought the Twitter video might be broken. It wasn't that. They legitimately uploaded a video that was like 14 seconds long. It just repeat the same 2 seconds, and there's no sound. And they thought that'd be a good idea. Although I guess you could argue we're talking about it, and there's no such thing as bad advertising, someone said. Or bad marketing. Which, hilariously enough, I think Bud Light has thoroughly proved that is not always the case. Another pun moderately intended. Now, getting back to their actual tweet, this comes again, this comes specifically, and again, I'm not a doctor by any means. However, I have a theory. The more people that like and subscribe to the channel, the better my speaking has gotten. Now, I may admit actually, there's only been a modicum of improvement since I launched the channel. However, the more subscribers we've gotten, the better I've gotten. Believe it or not, look at the first couple of videos, and while you might find it comical in comparison, I think there's a modicum of improvement. So, if you could click that subscribe button, I would greatly appreciate it, as well as to share it with a friend, or even an enemy. It might be a great way to annoy them too. Now, again, going to my attempt at the little quote from Bud Light again says, quote, "While T. Kelsey and G. Kittle 46 get ready for the big game, the Bud Light Genie's getting ready to send you and a friend to celebrate with the winners at the parade and go down to Super Bowl celebration history. Chat with the Bud Light Genie for a chance to win," and then it gives you URL budlight.com/genie. I don't want to say grammar's important, quote. They forgot a period at the end of that. Granted, that's not the greatest of all offenses for Bud Light. There's a whole dictionary length of material by now. And they actually properly tagged the people associated with the campaign. Now, granted, they're also giving, was it Taylor Kelsey, whatever that guy's name is, they're paying him unfathomable amount of money. One would think they'd be able to properly tag him all the time. Yeah, it's about a 50-50 hit rate in that regard. So they did actually associate it with his Twitter profile. And G. Kittle, which I thought that might have been the Skittles candy, going to his profile, it looks like he's actually a Hawkeye alumni, so go Hawks. And he is a San Francisco 49ers, though he looks like he lives in Nashville. And then he's got 364 or 61K followers. So it looks like he is legitimate one of the gentlemen in the sports balls game, I guess. So I guess he's on the San Francisco 49ers. Though, interestingly enough, his profile picture is him with a bear. I don't think he's Russian. Well, I didn't think. Interesting. Now, going to this video, thankfully it's only about 19 seconds long. So it's not too long. It has, I don't know, as the youth might say, cheesy, pompous, bombastic. He's wearing a sweater that looks like he's like a high-end fashion model in some European country like Paris. Needless to say, he did not suit up, as all men obviously should by default. And without further ado, I can't tell who it could be nice if they put name tags on all these, I don't say pseudo-celebrities. I have no idea. Maybe he's a comedian. But we'll play it right now.
Oh, and you thought we were done?
Okay, so it's pictures of sports balls. It says, no matter who wins Super Bowl 58, 48. And there's pictures of inebriated people holding a can of Bud Light, which, granted, I don't know how many sober people are holding a Bud Light ever. So there's a gentleman holding the product, and the product is perfectly facing the camera. So at least they did that right. More people holding beer. Someone holding the Bud Light bottle, which is just a picture of someone holding the bottle. The person, their face wasn't being shown, but it is the Bud Light bottle Hilariously enough, the bottle is not open. So it is safer than if it was open. Heaven forbid, if you're, this looks like to be in a parade or some type of social event, if the cap was off of the Bud Light bottle, imagine, I can't imagine, what if they accidentally, some bumped into him at this parade and some spilled out and actually got into someone's lips. Now, granted, that's so abhorrent, I dare not think of it myself too much, but thankfully it is properly sealed in this advertisement for the product that they, allegedly, they want you to consume. You and a friend, they tell you on screen, you and a friend could celebrate the champion with the champions at the parade.
You're welcome, America.
What? And the genie, which again, he doesn't look like a genie, he looks like a fashion. I looked up on the Urban Dictionary, or the youth, maybe the Millennial Dictionary, or the Gen Z Dictionary. I believe they would call him a douche, is what the term I believe is associated with this gentleman, who apparently is the Bud Light genie, and he just says, "You're welcome." So what is this?
You're welcome, America.
You're welcome. And then it's Bud Light hashtag easy wishes, which I guess for some Americans that could be something you wish for. Go hang out with a sports ball celebrity and become inebriated by drinking Bud Light. But ironically, you probably forget about it because you'd be blackout drunk. I've never met anyone who like sips Bud Light at a high-end dinner or an event where you want to keep you the memories. It's usually the ones you want to erase. So a lot of sports, maybe that's what they're going for. I can't imagine. Some people might wish for that, I suppose. And interestingly enough, this did get 104 likes, which, again, for a multi-billion-dollar company, that's still pretty pathetic to say the least. I mean, not to brag, but last month I did get 13 likes on a video. Though, you know me, I'm all about quality over quantity. The exact opposite methodology on how they brew and sell Bud Light, which is much more of a volume product versus a value product. And they did get 7,951 views. Which, again, for a multi-billion-dollar company, which is... And they even have a couple... What are these gentlemen? They have the sports ball celebrities in here. They have the genie talking at the bar, which, how unrealistic or sad this is, every single beer in the bar is Bud Light, which, again, it's a commercial. I understand that. But I can't imagine how disappointing that would be if you went to a bar in your local establishment and every single bottle was Bud Light. That sounds like a dystopian hell. Or perhaps a terrible purgatory? That'd be a great torture for now, like someone who has modicum of taste buds. Imagine if they were banished to a bar that only has Bud Light. What kind of nightmare scenario that would be? That surely would shudder. That's too scary to comprehend. Let's not go down that road. And it doesn't really inspire me to drink the product. A few things would at this point, but they're saying, oh yeah, you should. Let's see. Chat with the Bud Light Genie for a chance to win. If you click that, what is this? What happens if we click that URL? If we click that URL, that takes us to the Instagram account of Bud Light. No, so it looks like you could chat with the Bud Light Genie on Instagram. What if I just say hi? Oh. Their AI is slow. They responded with a picture of Bud Light in the fridge that says no longer available. What if I just ask them, is Bud Light good? We'll test the truth of the AI machine that is most likely behind this, or someone outsourced. He says, I asked him, is Bud Light good? And the response was, let's go Chiefs. You ready to celebrate with Travis Kelce at the Super Bowl or what? What if I ask him, what is the Super Bowl? Okay, but this is the Bud Light Genie. He's supposed to know all and grant wishes. What is a Travis Kelce, which I thought was a woman. Kelce, astonishingly enough, I did some research. It is a man. Well, some would say because of how much he sells out and his actions, he's not much of a man, but an alleged man. So let me ask him, what is a Travis Tyler Kelce? Does the Bud Light Genie know? So I asked him, I'm asking the Bud Light Genie right now on Instagram, which, interestingly enough, has no association at all with graham crackers. What a lost business opportunity there. I think it's dead. We killed the Bud Light Genie, folks. It's no longer responding. The response, it attempted to respond, and it just said no longer available. Let me ask him, what is no longer available? Last question. What is no longer available? And again, I know this is probably programmed just to give you the simplest of all the answers. Or ask him, well, I'll ask him, do you grant wishes? Will the genie respond, or did we kill it? Did we kill the genie worse than Bud Light killed sales of their own product? Give it 5 more seconds to see if the Bud Light genie responds to us. Although perhaps it's appropriate that they have a canned response. Pun intended, obviously. Well, it looks like that we killed the Bud Light genie, folks. I'm sorry. It could only respond with a GIF of the Bud Light bottle shaking in the fridge. And then they said, let's go Chiefs. Disappointing to say the least. But let's go in the comments. Perhaps this is such an inspirational, brilliant piece of marketing that everyone wants to give them accolades, and they're going out there buying the product right now. I mean, statistically speaking, no, their sales have been down about 30% week over week since the bid Bud Light tobacco or Bud Light business blunder of the century. Hilariously, they hired Dylan Mulvaney April 1st, or it was posted April 1st, 2023, paying Dylan Mulvaney $185,000 for a couple pictures and a video to be a spokesman for the product. Let's go in the comments. Let's see. First comment comes from Stevie Ray, and Stevie says, quote, just apologize. I think that is the biggest thing. You guys haven't apologized to your consumers. What an apology would go a long way, unquote. They got 11 likes, which is hilarious. The very first response is saying, you know, basically, what the hell are you doing? All right, go down a little bit more. Someone by the name of the Ringmaster says, quote, Bud Light is the science we can't question, is the science we must trust. Do you have a comment? It's a picture of Freedom Tunes, and that got 3 likes. And that is a Freedom Tunes character, or a comical little animation series founded by Shaman. Oh, what is his last name? He eludes me at the moment. He's very much active on Timcast IRL. Oh, that's gonna drive me crazy. What is it? Seamus. Oh, his last name eludes me, but his name is Seamus, and he's a great animator, really hilarious. I got 3 likes. Let's see here. Popsicle says, quote, what if people aren't necessarily boycotting anymore, but they just realize how terrible Bud Light actually is, unquote. That got 12 likes, which is quite popular to say the least. Now you have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 responses that are from unverified accounts that simply say hashtag easy wishes, hashtag sweepstakes. So they hope to win this experience with a professional sports balls player and drink Bud Light. No one liked those responses. Not even myself. No one did. Barty W says, quote, I'm a man. Do I need to wear a dress to enter the competition? Unquote. And I got 5 likes. Oh, no, you don't. I don't think you would have to, but they would probably give you an award if you did. Didn't. Let's see here. Going down more and more. Let's see. Heaven's Devil says, quote, it gave me an Uber Eats code that said was already used. Thanks anyway, Genie, unquote. Getting 2 likes. So they couldn't even do their own promo right. Mark said, we don't all use IG, unquote. Getting 1 like, which is probably a reference to Instagram. Interestingly enough, I don't know how wise it is to actually have some, again, that's actually a good point. You're forcing the consumer to migrate to a different social media platform, which I would argue is cumbersome, annoying, and again, they're paying to be on X, Twitter. They have like a professional profile, so they're paying marketing dollars to be on Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it, and yet they're pushing them over to Instagram. And again, like this person says, not everyone has an Instagram. So that's a good point as well. So you're making the advertising a little cumbersome because you're moving platforms entirely. Interesting. David Manigold says, quote, Dylan Mulvaney is sitting in the Bud Light suite with Taylor Swift, unquote. Getting 4 likes. Adam says, quote, so pathetic. Just imagine if a friend treated you like this and then tried to just move on like nothing happened. Sorry, Bud Light, it doesn't work that way. You have to apologize if you want to stand a chance of coming back, unquote. Getting 3 likes. Chopsticks, which, I was going to say, A+ for marketing. Their profile picture is, in fact, of chopsticks, though, unless there's some type of bastardized Disney or cursed chopsticks, I don't think they can actually type on their own. So we'll say, an alleged chopsticks says, quote, nope, we still need an apology. No she light for me. Until then, unquote, getting 5 likes. Art Vandelay, which PhD gets hilarious A+ for marketing, is quite picture the profile picture is quite literally one of George Costanza's from Seinfeld. He says, quote, make a Super Bowl commercial where you come out and apologize for all the gay shit you did, and I'll buy Bud Light again, unquote. They got 11 likes, which I believe is the most popular response. You have JXR2 respond with a gif of a, we call it a drag queen. That got 3 likes. Neil Carter says, quote, I guess you're going with a genie because the fairy didn't work. Oh, I got 5 likes. Hop said, quote, I wish it was real beer, unquote, getting 3 likes. Pierre for PM says, quote, tranny fluid, unquote, getting 6 likes. Let's see here. Count Swagula says, quote, no one wants to get tranny germs from your mediocre beer. Disavow partnering with Dylan and apologize for calling us, quote, fratty and out of touch, unquote, getting 5 likes, which, yes, the VP of marketing, Alyssa Heiderschall, she should be in every business book on the planet going forth when it comes to marketing and the importance of knowing your customer base and not pissing him off. She quite literally called the brand fratty and out of touch. She insulted her customer base, and hilariously and ironically, a picture of her, Alyssa Heiderschall, was released or leaked. Someone actually they posted on social media. And it's a picture of Alyssa Heiderschall in college drinking beer from a prophylactic, which, cover your ears if you are children listening, that's a very fancy word for a condom. So she is quite literally everything. She is her own audience. The hypocrisy is hilarious. Now, let's see here. Many more. A lot of them say they have it went viral a couple weeks ago, but they keep posting the picture of a can of Bud Light on Facebook Marketplace, and the text is pre-gay Bud Light, and someone's trying to sell that for $46, apparently. Those are getting 1 or 0 likes in terms of a couple people are posting the same thing. Then, of course, we have the big disclaimer saying, quote, show additional replies, including those that may contain offensive content. Well, of course, let's see the bonus material. If we click that button, what's there? Oh, a couple got some likes. Let's see. Greg Williams says, quote, not interested in tranny light. Bud Light must be completely destroyed, unquote, getting 5 likes. Pierre for PM responded with amalgamation of photos, including, I don't know if this one isn't necessarily pejorative. It's quite literally just a picture of Dylan Mulvaney holding the Bud Light can with a smile as awkward as Ron DeSantis or arguably my own. And there's the picture in which Dylan Mulvaney was dressed up as a caricature of Audrey Hepburn, or using the same costume, or what do you call it, apparel clothing. You also had they have Jim Carrey on a can, and he had Bud Light Training Fluid Photoshop, so that was the label. They got 3 likes. Oh, this guy's active. A lot of these are him, so it's the same guy. He does a picture of a man dressed, I was going to say this whole segment of the show probably isn't child appropriate, so if you have children attempting to listen, cover your ears. One is a picture of a man dressed in a dress, bending over to pick up a Bud Light. That got 4 likes. Pierre from PM did a Photoshop of PBR, or Pabst Blue Ribbon. It has a picture of Riley Gaines on it, and the text is Riley Gaines, all guts, no nuts. A lot of pictures of Bud Light saying, with the Photoshop bundle of sticks saying to chop off your private part. It was getting 3 to 5 likes. Let me see here. Carl Thomas says, quote, it figures a genie who thought this was a good idea, unquote, getting 3 likes. And actually, if we go back, so those are all the ones that were sensitive. What if we go to the little disclaimer, we find the ones that Bud Light themselves hid. If we click that magical button for the hidden responses, we have a picture of Alyssa Heiderschall standing above the grave. I forget who actually was the origin of this, but it was the issue of some frat boy standing over a grave doing a peace sign, and they photoshopped Alyssa Heiderschall's face over her, and it says Anheuser-Busch 1876 to 2023. They got 2 likes. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, that seems to be the top one that was hidden. So again, was this really compelling? Did this really inspire you to go out and buy any Bud Light? Or attempt to drink it? Not really. And again, all the responses that got likes, they're all from people who are saying bad things about Bud Light. And even more interesting, I can't help but notice an overwhelming majority of the people who want free stuff are not from, there's one that is from an authorized account or a verified account. So again, if we were to dive into those accounts, we've done it before on the show. More often than not, there are people who just want free stuff from any company on the planet. They seem to, I can't tell if they just made, there's got to be some type of software where they just set it up and it just scrolls the internet and the X Twitter to find sweepstakes and just automatically enters them. Or perhaps their life is just so, they have so much time in their life they can just enter every single possible sweepstakes, which is not out of the realm of possibility. But I can't help but think, spending all this money, even on the most important sports balls game of the year, and yet all their social media is still getting roasted pretty heavily, I can't help but think, probably not going to increase their sales anytime soon. But let me know in the comments. As always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, again, for taking the time to tune in. Again, I'm trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of February, so if you click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, sharing it with your friends, give me a thumbs up, a thumbs down, or a comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback and let me know how I can improve the show. Also, lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.